Happy New Year, Nail Geeks! I hope you guys had a wonderful evening last night and you rung in the new year safe and happy. I personally stayed in with my family and we played Switch all night long. It was amazing and restful, and I hope it was like that for all of you as well. I'm kicking off 2020 with Polish Pickup for January. We have the theme written in the stars, and I have 21 products to show you all. These are magical, and I'm pretty sure that purple lovers will really appreciate this month. So just to quick side note, I am showing you guys the Glisten and Glow top coat. This is a quick dry glossy top coat that dries in 2 to 4 minutes or less on your nails. This is the top coat that I'm wearing in the entire video, with the exception of just a few, which I'll get to in a few moments. Price on this one is $7.50 and there is no cap on it. So if you guys watched my holiday nails tutorial, I did use that as my stamping top coat. Since it does not smear stamps, it performed very well for nail art, and it gives you this crazy glossy feel on the final look, and it dries down very quickly on the nail. So first off, we've got blush lacquers. This is Star-Crossed Lovers, described as a burnt orange nail polish with a shifting pink to orange to gold shimmer, holographic flakes, and gold flakes. This is inspired by the Romeo and Juliet 1996 movie cover. Price is $11, and there is no cap on it. So this one has a bit of a crelly-like feel on application, though leaning just a touch more creamy, in my opinion. I feel like for this one on opacity, 2 coats and you'll be good to go, and you'll have that lovely plumped out effect across your nail. This is a really flattering shade. Even though it's warm, I thought it popped like crazy on myself as a warm toned person. You'll get a lovely smattering of that holographic flake feel. It's just loaded up with them. And in person, that shimmer will give you a lovely pinky orange type feel, and at extreme angles, you'll see that gold shift come out. So this one does dry down quite a bit on the satin-like, not so much matte, but it does dry down a little bit on the flat side. So personally, I would recommend a glossy top coat, which you're seeing that Glisten and Glow top coat here, and you'll be good to go, and you'll have that really popping effect from the shimmer and those little flakes here too. And next up, we've got by Danny Viana. This is Year of the Cat, described as an orange crelly with black and white glitters, inspired by Keo from Fruits Basket. Price is $11.50, and there is a cap of 140 bottles. So continuing on with her formula theme overall, this one is so crazy buttery like her previous polishes that I've worked on. Really flirting with being a 1-coat polish, though personally I would recommend going in with 2 thin coats, and you'll get that lovely plump effect on the nail. There's very strong self-leveling with this one. Now, I was worried about that base color and how it was going to come off on the video in my swatches, so I do feel like the video is giving you a better idea of what I see in person in front of me here. I really feel like this one is kind of flirting with like a mac and cheese type of orange. So it's not neon, but it is quite vibrant in person. So you'll get a very scattered effect from those little golden white glitters. This one kind of reminds me of Pete the Cat. My son's a big fan of the books, and it just kind of gave me that feel to it. So really cute, and after top coating, no texture or anything like that to report. And next up, we've got Cameo Colors Lacquers. This is the Twins Castor, described as a deep inky navy with a pink sheen, a touch of silver and gold galaxy hollow, silver hollow micro flakes, a smattering of gold metallic micro flakes, and orange to gold crystal chameleon flakes, and a scattered hollow sparkle. Inspired by an image of the Gemini constellation, this price will be $11, and the cap is 95 bottles. So this one has a really rich feel on application. It builds up crazy fast to opacity. I will suggest 2 thin coats for this one to really get it to plump out, and you'll be good to go at full opacity. That base color is crazy pretty. It is just a lovely inky type of night sky type of blue. You'll get a very dense sparkle across the nail. Now this one does dry down kind of satin-like, so personally I would recommend a glossy top coat once again. And you can see just how smooth and rich that formula is. Very nice, very plump and self-leveling. And in person you'll see a very lovely type of shimmery effect too. It's got like a pinky type of shade going on here. Lots and lots of depth with this one, and as you can see on the final hand shot after top coating, just really lovely navy goodness. Now Cameo Colors Lacquers also brings us an IPU Indie Polish Pickup shade to match along with her PPU shade. This is the Twins Pollux, described as a flaky topper full of red sparks, metallic gold micro flakes, orange to gold chameleon flakes, electric blue, and silver hollow micro flakes. This is also inspired by the image of a Gemini constellation. Price on it will be 10, and there is a cap of 95 US and 5 UK. So on this one, I would personally consider this a very dense like topper. After just one coat, you'll have a ton of payoff across your nail. I chose to wear it over a medium gray polish. I thought it would really show it off, what all is in this topper. As you can see on the full hand shot, I've got my glossy top coat going, and there's a lot of sparkle and just a lot of flake type appearance too. Very, very pretty, and I think at one coat over any type of cream and you'll be good to go. And next up, we've got Crystal Knockout. This is Spirit of the Sea Goat, described as a purple to white thermal crelly with orange shimmer, gold and indigo flakes, and matte micro glitters in pastel green, blue, and pink. This is inspired by Capricorn, price is 11, and there is no cap on it. So this is a very smooth type of crelly. It's quite dense on application. For opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it and you'll be good to go, with the caveat that if you've got those longer nails, those rocking those stilettos, you might need to go up to 3 coats with it. So at the point that I was swatching this one in the month, it was quite chilly, and I was running pretty cold on my fingers. So here on the actual swatching part of the video, you're seeing the cold state, which is a really lovely flattering type purple. It's trying to transition a little bit, which in a moment I'll show you guys with my super high-tech hair dryer in the warm state. Now this one does have quite a bit of self-leveling to it, and you'll get a very strong, dense type of payoff from those little matte glitters here. Really lovely depth. You can see right there on my ring finger that warm state trying to come out. Now here with the ice water, I did warm up my nails with my hair dryer, so you can see that the warm state is what I would consider an off-white. There is a touch of a lavender feel to it, but definitely very contrasting against its warm state. And next we've got K Nails. This is Zodiac, described as an ultramarine jelly base filled with purple to pink shimmer, hollow microflakes, and red chrome pigment. Inspired by the Canis Major constellation, price is $10.70, and there's a cap of 185 bottles. This is a really super ultra glowy polish. I really kind of waffled on whether or not I was going to wear it between 2 and 3 coats. You'll see here in just a moment, I did stop at 2 coats, though personally I feel like I could have went up to 3 coats to really get this one to have a lot of depth to it, but I thought it looked just fine at 2 coats. So here on the first coat, it does have quite a bit of a jelly feel on application. Really going to depend on if you wear it at 2 or 3 coats, how that appearance is going to look. Now the shimmer here is crazy, crazy strong. It has that lovely, almost fuchsia-like pink appearance to it with a touch of a purple lean. It's really glowy. There's really, really nice scattered sparkle effect too on this one. Now it does dry down kind of semi-gloss, so I think any top coat will be fine, though you are seeing that glistening glow top coat on the full hand shot. And as you can see here, I thought it looked just fine and glowy, though personally, once again, definitely you can wear this at 3 coats and you'll get a really strong, even more depth to it. And next up, we've got Esmaltes de Kelly. This is Neptune, described as a blue jelly with a variety of holographic glitters in a variety of sizes in silver, blue, pink, black, turquoise, and hollow glitter confetti. This is inspired by the ruling planet of Pisces. Price is 11, and there's a cap of 150. I have collected this brand for quite some time, and I'm very excited to introduce this as a new to the channel polish for swatching. I have a ton of her polishes, including her stamping polishes. They are wonderful, and the glitter payoff in her polishes is fantastic. So this is what I would consider one of those chunky type of glitters. There's a ton in here, so very sparkly. I had no issues with them poking up. So for opacity on the polish itself, I am going to suggest 2 coats on it. Now, as you can see on the swatch video, there is a ton of those glitters and just so many different sizes. There's tiny ones, and of course those really lovely big giant ones here too. Now those lay down nice and flat for me, but this is quite a thirsty polish. So she is also offering a smooth and shine top coat duo. So both polishes in her top coat duo are intended to be worn on top of your glitter polish, and it's going to smooth it out. So this first one here is the smooth part of the top coat duo. As you can see here, it does have a bit of a tint to it, but I want to really, really stress that it does not give any color to your nails. So this one has a really squishy like feel application, and you can see it kind of just seals everything in and really sets the foundation for smoothness. And then you'll go in and finish off with the shine portion of the duo. This is what I would consider a quick dry. It is very glossy and it kind of just seals everything in and kind of finishes off your overall look. So I'm going in on top of that smooth base, and then it's just very, very glossy, very smooth. I did do my bang test on it on my nails, and it pretty much just acted like a quick dry. It definitely smoothed everything out. My nails looked like a gel manicure afterwards, and I had zero texture whatsoever. Now for both of the top coat duo, I would suggest going in normal. There's no reason to be shy with it or really thin, so just go in normally and you'll get that really lovely plump effect, and everything is smooth. And next we've got Glisten and Glow. This is Supermassive Black Hole, described as a stunning multichrome that shifts from blue to purple to pink to orange to gold. Inspired by the colorful superheated gases being pulled into the supermassive black hole, price is $12.50 and there is no cap on it. Now, multichrome lovers, you need to get this one. It is crazy, crazy shifty in person. You will see that entire color roll. My swatches did not do this one justice at all. I feel like a lot of times on multi-chromes when I'm swatching them in these videos, since I'm working in very bright light so you guys can see all the details, normally it comes off as the dominant color for the bright lights, but I feel like in just a moment here you'll see on the second coat that it is already trying to just kind of show you a bit of a blue to purple shift. There is so much shift to this one. So if you're a big fan of color roll, highly recommend this one. For opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats. Now, I took it at 2 normal coats. Those of you with longer nails, or if you do go in thinner on your applications, I would definitely recommend going to 3 coats and you'll be good to go. No issues whatsoever with this one. It just really, really popped like crazy. I cannot stress enough how much color rolls on this one. Very, very pretty. You'll easily see those secondary colors of pink and orange and gold at extreme angles. Very, very nice. Now you are seeing it topped off with the brand's quick dry glossy top coat, and I'm good to go. Beautiful opacity and lots of shift. And next up we've got Indie by Patty Lopez. This is Knights of Aquarium, described as a linear hollow aqua base with turquoise shimmer and golden flakes with multi-chrome flakies. This is inspired by Camus Aquarius from Knights of Zodiac. Price is $11 and there is a cap of 80 bottles on it. So we have a lovely linear hollow. Now this one does, in my opinion, behave very much like one of those type of metallic type polishes. So it is very much loaded with those little multi-chrome flakes. For opacity on it, I am going to suggest 2 coats and you'll get a really lovely glowy like appearance. Now I feel like that aqua base, depending on your lighting, is going to lean just a touch more green or a touch more blue depending on where you're at and what you're looking at. Really, really lovely color. This is definitely very fitting for its inspiration in my opinion. So on the second coat, I'm getting really lovely opacity here. Now if you've got longer nails, sure, I would definitely recommend going up to a 3rd coat, but I thought it looked just fine here on that second coat. So topping off with the Glisten and Glow top coat, no texture, everything's nice and smooth, and you'll get a nice scattered effect of a variety of sizes of those multi-chrome flakes. And next up we've got Leming Lacquer. This is Aurora Galaxy, described as a fuchsia, copper, gold, green multichrome, and an indigo base with green, blue, purple multichrome magnetic flakes and scattered hollow. Inspired by a photo of the Aurora Borealis during a wintry sunset, fading to a dark night sky scattered with stars. Price will be $13 and there is a cap of 13 bottles on this one. Now this one has a rich, very jelly-like feel and application, but it's super smooth on those brush strokes and crazy fast to build up to opacity. When you magnetize it in the background, you'll see this really lovely, very vampy-like magenta happening with a bit of what I am thinking I'm seeing as a very dusky type of indigo base going on. When you magnetize it as well, you'll also see that lovely magnetic particle effect, which takes on a lovely kind of aqua type of turquoise type of shade. Very, very contrasting against that base, and it's lots and lots of hollow too. So for opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on this one. The magnetic effect has lots of movement to it. Very, very pleasant, very shifty on the nail. You'll see secondary lines on this one too at extreme angles, and no texture after top coating. And next we've got Night Owl Lacquer. This is the Archer, described as a violet base with 3 different colors shifting crystal chameleon flakes in shades of purple, red, orange, gold, green, and red to gold ultrachrome chameleon flakes. This is inspired by an art depiction of the Sagittarius Archer. Price is $12.50 and there is no cap on it. So we have a beautiful, beautiful flaky polish this time from Night Owl. Last month, if you were a fan of her Buried Moon shade, highly recommend picking this one up as it's what I would consider a cousin to it. The base color on this is definitely a violet, very true type of purple shade. This is so very loaded up with flakes. Now on this one's really going to depend on opacity, on how you apply. Personally, I took it up to 2 coats. I kind of thought maybe I could have gone on in with a 3rd thin coat, but definitely going to depend on your preference. So between 2 and 3 coats, I think you'll be just fine. Now this one does dry down satin-like, so personally I would recommend a glossy top coat, which is what you're seeing here from Glisten and Glow on the final hand shot. It's got just a really lovely fiery type of shift from those flakes, and I had no texture or anything like that to report in the final look. And next we've got Polish. This is Sea of Stars, described as a dark aqua packed with holographic flakes and a mix of orange and aqua iridescent flakes. This is inspired by the Cosmos. Price will be $13 and there is no cap on it. This is a very, very loaded up polish. It's rich and smooth on application. I really can't see anyone needing to go past 2 coats on it, as it's very lovely and plump on the nail. Very lovely formula, just really buttery smooth. When you build it up, you'll see that really lovely dark aqua appearance, almost flirting with being a deeper type of green shade. There is so much. Now the holographic flakes in this one are in a medium size in my opinion, and those little iridescent flakes really give just that extra little oomph factor to the sparkle. So this one does have quite a bit of self-leveling to it. As you can see on that second coat, it applies just crazy fast up to opacity. No issues to report with it. Very, very sparkly. And here on the full hand shot, you can see that Glisten and Glow top coat, really making this one sparkle like crazy. There is no glitter in it, so I didn't really feel like I needed to use the Esmaltes Kelly duo, so I did go in with the normal Glisten and Glow top coat. And next we've got Penelope Love. This is Deeply Intense, described as a purple jelly base with holographic glitters in purple, violet, pink, golden colors, and matte black glitter. And there's also a little bit of holographic pigment for depth. This is inspired by Leo. Price is $11 and there is a cap of 280 bottles on it. So this one is so stinking pretty in person. This is a very flattering, cool toned type of purple. This one's also very much loaded up with a variety of glitters. Now this one is a touch on the thirsty side due to it being just so packed full of hollow glitter goodness that in just a moment I'll show you guys. I did go in with the Esmaltes Kelly top coat duo, and you'll see just how super sparkly everything is. For opacity on this one, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats, though personally I took it up to 2 coats and I thought it was just fine for opacity. Very, very sparkly, very intense, and just crazy holographic with those glitters. They're in a variety of sizes, so you'll see all types of twinkles across the nail, and as you can see here, really, really nice. Now just to save time, I went ahead and applied the top coat duo outside of recording, and you can see here on the full hand shot just lots and lots of twinkling from those glitters. Really pretty. As a super glitter fan, I was very excited to see that we had some of those chunky glitters this month. And next we've got Poetry Cowgirl. She brings us Majestic AF. You guys know what that means. Described as a fiery red, orange, gold multi-chrome packed with blue to green to violet iridescent ghost flakes, silver micro glitters and gold micro flakes, and teal and turquoise hollow glitters. This is inspired by Leo. Price is $13 and there is no cap on it. So this is what I would consider a warmer type of multi-chrome. There's a lot of warm types of shift to it. In bright lights, you'll see this coppery kind of reddish orangish type of shade, but at angles and in shaded lighting, you'll see that really lovely orange and gold shift come out to play. Lots of depth with this one. Those green to violet little ghost flakies kind of give a bit of a colorful type of sparkle to this one, which I think really contrasts lovely against that base color. Now for opacity on it, I am going to suggest 2 coats and you'll be good to go. Lots of plumpness going on here. Really lovely formula. Just crazy plump and lovely. Now going in at the final hand shot here, I am wearing the Glisten and Glow top coat again, and you can see just lovely scattered sparkly effect here with that really nice warm Leo type of glow. And Pretty Beautiful Unlimited brings us Starry Eyed. This is a blurple blue base with scattered holographic micro silver holographic glitters, aurora shimmer, and a blend of crystal chameleon flakes, inspired by a monochrome picture of an eye with a colorful Gemini pupil. Price is 12, and there is a cap of 150 bottles on it. So for opacity on this one, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it. It really plumps out, as you'll see here in just a moment. That base color is so pretty. Definitely a blurple, though I feel like it does have a bit of an indigo like blue lean to it. So this is very lush. Now it has a variety of sizes of those little iridescent flakes. You can see right there, I got one of those larger ones right in the middle. Because it does have a bit of a crelly-like feel to the application and the formula, you're going to see a bit of a pond-like effect on the flakes. Really pretty. Here on the second coat, you can see all of that depth happening. It does have a slightly iridescent rainbow-like effect. Now it does dry down quite a bit on the satin side. So here I'm just going to show you guys real quick actual application of the Glisten and Glow top coat, so you can see how it smooths everything out. This one is not really textured very strongly, so I decided to go in with the Glisten and Glow instead of the Esmaltes de Kelly one, as this one is more a blend of flakes rather than heavy glitters. And you can see here the performance of it and just how glossy it leaves everything. Now, Pretty Beautiful Unlimited also brings us a wax star this month. This is priced at $3.50 and is capped at 55 units. So this is described as a bright and zesty citrus blend with honeyed ginger, pineapples, and tart cherries, followed by cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. Dominantly, I'm getting a lovely citrus type feel to it. There is a touch of that honey ginger kind of comes in on the medium notes, and on the end notes, which is a little bit stronger, pretty prominent in person, you'll get those nice spicy type feels with it. So there's lots of that cinnamon clove type of scent to it as well. I personally, on this one, I did chop it up into fourths and I put it into my warmers. Very lovely, kind of wintry type shade. Very nice for the cool weather. And next up, we've got Quixotic Polish. This is Manifesting Greatness, described as a deep bluish purple base loaded with pink to orange micro flecks and indigo to blue shifting iridescent flakes. This is inspired by the Zodiac signs. Price is 12, and there is a cap of 350 bottles. So this is the reformulated one. Those of you that are not in the Facebook fan group, highly recommend you are. She did put out a PSA that this is a reformulated one, as there was a bit of an issue with those indigo flakes. So I personally think that the reformulated one has a stronger effect to those flakes, so I think it's a good thing. And it's just so crazy strong, and you'll see it here in just a moment on the second coat. Now that base color is definitely a blurple type of purple. It does have a touch of a blue lean to it. This one is crazy loaded with those little micro flecks. They kind of give a very strong, heavy type of shimmer appearance. In person, you'll see them very strongly appear as a pink shade, and you'll see them in extreme angles shift over to orange. It's crazy depth like in person, and you can see after top coating, those little blue shifting iridescent flakes are so strong. And Supernatural Lacquer brings us Cusp of Power, described as a Kelly green base with magenta to gold chroma flare shimmer, inspired by the Aries/Taurus cusp. Price is 12, and there is a cap of 125 bottles on it. This is so lovely in person. I'm a big fan of green polishes in addition to blue. There is a ton of that lovely shimmer happening here. So in person, you'll see it as this very strong type of coppery reddish effect, and it just kind of shifts over to gold at angles. Very just super rich. Now the formula does have quite a bit of squish to it as a jelly, in my opinion. So on this one, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats depending on how you polish, and I think you'll be just fine. I personally stopped at 2 coats. I did go in just a touch heavier on my second coat, and I had no problems with it like that. Personally, I think if I wore it in real life, I would probably wear it at 3 very thin coats just to kind of let that pond effect happen from that shimmer. It's so strong in person, just so very kind of vampy as you build it up, true to a jelly. So no issues to report on this one. Very lovely, strong multi-chrome effect from the shimmer, and after top coating, no problems whatsoever with it. And finally, we've got Vanessa Molina. This is Magic Constellation, described as a black when cold to colorless when warm thermal with multicolor flakes. Inspired by the unicorn constellation and priced at 12, there will be a cap of 150 bottles. So this one is a new to me, and new to the channel brand for swatching. I was very pleasantly pleased with it. This has duality in the fact that you can easily wear it as a thermal type of topper over another color, and you'll get that base color when warm and then a kind of smoky black when cold. I personally wanted to see what it looked like when it was worn on its own, as I do appreciate a colorless to colored thermal when worn on its own. I think it's got this really nice chic look to it. So for opacity, if you do decide to wear it on its own, personally I would recommend 2 coats on it. It does build up crazy fast, and those little multicolor flakes are so very pretty. You'll get a nice almost like unicorn feel, obviously, from the inspiration. And it's just crazy reactive, as you can see here. Easy transition on the nail. In the final shot here, you are seeing the warm state. So because it's just sort of loaded up with those flakes, it does give you a colorless but kind of dusky feel. So here with the ice water, you can see both of the hot and cold states. I think this is going to be fantastic for those of you looking for a thermal-like topper, or you can also, of course, wear it on its own like I did. So, Polish Pickup opens January 3rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and will run until January 6th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Wish listing is currently open in the group. I will link you guys below to Polish Pickup's shop so you guys can check it out and load up your wish lists. I did see from one of the admins that if you are loading up a wish list, definitely get a backup plan, as there was a touch of an issue. So if anything is capped and you're wanting to grab it as soon as the shop opens, just please be aware of that. I'll also link you guys below to my blog post if you'd like additional written review. Lots and lots to see this month. I was crazy impressed with the multi-chromes, the flakes, the thermals, just a lot of lovely mix here. Lots of just starry skied shades. I personally am here for that. And let me know in the comments which ones were your favorite. What do you got on your wish list? I know my wish list is getting kind of big. I need to cull it down. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.